What's up, you guys? Back to the channel, back to the tabletop. This particular firearm, if you already read the title. Anyway, this one's a very special gun for me, and it's made a few appearances on the channel. In fact, the very first video I ever posted up was basically this gun and this box, and we did a little unboxing video right there in the range and shot it and everything. So, but we haven't really sat there on a table with it and opened it up. So let's go ahead and do so. You can tell right away it's a Colt from the beautiful box there. Yeah. Anyway, so let's dig into it. And mind you, again, like I said in the first video I did, the packaging on this thing is really amazing. This is the World War I 1911 reproduction or reintroduction. Actually, they call it a reproduction. That's what Colt calls it. That they reintroduced for the gun, and this is cool. Now this is a lot different than what I call the Happy Birthday gun, the Tier 3, I believe it's called. That one is the same gun, but the roll marks on the slide are a little bit different. They're not the traditional military roll marks, which that would have bothered me if I would have wound up with the Tier 3. I may buy one day just because, but anyway, for now, this really was a gun I was chasing for a good long time. So you got your manual there. They even put a reproduction of the booklet, you know, the how to use manual and a bunch of literature about the pistol, you know, a picture of the gun, which is really cool. And the box that it comes in, we'll get into that. They give you a little screwdriver tool. They reproduce that. That's really neat. That was what was handed out to the doughboys and people in the trenches. The lug wrench, you know, to open up the, take the slide off and everything. I've never used one. One of the magazines still wrapped up in the brown wax paper that they send it to you in. And the Colt lock and the gun. The gun is really neat because they put it inside this box. The old chipboard box that originally came in. You can see right there all the information there. 45 M1911 by Colt, and there's the pistol. Unmarked magazine. I guess that's very similar to the way they originally came back in 1918, right? Check this gun, make sure she's unloaded. All right, get this out of the way. Get you a close-up look at it, because that's what it's all about. This gun and its roll marks. It's got all the roll marks on it, the production, the patent dates, Colt Manufacturing Company, United States property. They even reproduced there the rampant Colt on the side there. Little proof mark from the inspectors they even redid. Unique serial number with WW1 on it. Model of U.S. Army, 1911, right? You got practically no beaver tail on this gun, so when you shoot it, yes, it will give you a little hammer bite. Honestly, kind of why I don't shoot it much, but I did shoot it. I was searching for this gun for quite a long journey, you could say. I was chasing it for Lordy knows how long. And it was really hard to find one, and I lucked out. A friend of mine that runs a small little shop, he wound up with one. Basically, I told him I gotta have it. I can't leave your shop without it. And yeah, so he sold it to me. I got it, and here it is. Gave it to me a really good deal. So, and I know it was like a question, and it was never fired. It was brand new in the box, and I, man, I just had to fire it. I know that it's more collectible if you don't, but you know what? It's not a gun that I'm interested in selling, so it's just, it has to go in my collection. The cool thing about it is it's you know, a lot of these guns you see on the market that, you know, GI spec or whatnot, you know, mil spec, you know, traditionally, you know, if you really want to split hairs, this is a prime example of an original mil spec 1911. And a lot of things, the features that you know are different than this, than some of the stuff out that is that people think is mil spec, is actually more along the lines of like a World War II type pistol, like this one right here. And this one has quite a few different changes that they've done. One of those changes is the scalloping here on the frame is a big example. The long trigger, short trigger, flat, smooth mainspring housing with the lanyard loop. They kept the lanyard loop, but they arched the mainspring housing and put some checkering on it. Okay, they extended that beaver tail a little bit so you don't get hammer bite. Things like that. They actually opened up the sights a little bit better on the World War II pistols. This one is very, very hard to see. So the finish on it is more of a black oxide finish, I guess you would say. The old War II guns, these things are like more like a greenish kind of gun gray kind of color. I don't know. It's a parkerizing, a phosphate parkerizing that they did back then. And actually, I have this one made a short appearance too. This is an original 1918. This one's really worn out. In fact, all the stampings are pretty much worn off of it and pitted out. This one here, I don't shoot it much. I did shoot it for the celebration of the March 29th video. So this is the one that I used on that video if you haven't seen it. This one's an original 1918. This gun, you know, it rattles. It practically has no rifling left in the barrel. But it still shoots. It does still shoot. I did get another set of grips for the thing. This is the original grips that it came with, and you can see there pretty much another set of them. I got these originally off of Midway. Midway was offering them, and they're a legitimate Colt double diamond World War I repro grips. And the reason I wanted to get a set of repros, because actually the checkering has worn down over time of me handling and fondling the gun and shooting the gun. These are nice and sharp. And you know, when it comes to Colt and stuff like this, you never know when they're just going to quit making it. And so I bought an extra set just to have them. Like this gun, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I heard there's a very limited amount of these that were produced, the World War I reproduction gun like this one. So, you know, as when I was searching for it, I was almost losing faith that I was going to find one. And find one for a decent price. Most of them, what I was seeing, were going for a little bit too much money. And that's the thing, is now I notice that, you know, even some of these war guns, the prices are just getting outrageous in value. It's to the point where I don't want nothing that I felt like I paid so much money for it. I can't go play with it. You know, I can't. You know, I could, but it's like, you know, if it takes a scratch or something, you know, you're shrieking like a little girl out there. You know, and you know, it's like you know, my hollow point. I think he said in a comment to me, you know, he said, yeah, the wood on the Brownings are really nice, and then, you know, until you scratch it, and then, you know, once you get over the screaming part of it, you know, it's not so bad. But no, this one, you know, it's in good shape. I keep it in good shape. You know, I don't go out of my way and trash it or anything like that. And I don't shoot it much. I shot it quite a bit when I first got it, but you know, it's now kind of more like I got it out of my system. I have it. It's more like a safe queen, and it just kind of sits there. So just kind of, yeah, looking over that, you know, the features on it. It's all blued. You know, the barrel hood there is blued. So, and you know, the model of the U.S. Army on there. It's got the long trigger, no scalloping on the frame. You know, magazine release is pretty standard on most 1911s. The little checkering and the smaller shelf on the thumb safety there, it's a little smaller. The nice wide hammer, the nice wide long hammer, that's really beautiful. I love this hammer, and I believe a couple of my other subscribers definitely agree with me on that. It's kind of neat. It's kind of a take back of, you know, even the old World War II hammer is similar to it. And you know, just give you an example, yeah, the original hammer, very similar. So they did a really good job of everything. The Turnbull company has been doing these pistols as well. Of course, they're really nice and sexy and everything, but their prices are astronomical. I mean, I heard just for a hammer from Turnbull that is pretty much like this is like $300 or something like that. That's just like, what the heck? You can buy an old GI one off of eBay for, you know, 50 bucks. So anyway, it's like I said, back to those prices, man, that's ridiculous. But now I really like it. You know, it's not like my Kimber where the edges are dehorned. You know, this one does have some sharp edges. In fact, I think if you look at the second video I did with this, when I just kind of blasted it more, just kind of shooting it a lot, I think I had a big cut on my thumb, and that was actually because prior to making the video I was doing something and cut myself right open on the edge of this gun. But you know, that's it. You know, you play with these things, you know, hey, you get a little bloody, you know, it's all in fun. You know, so anyway, I wanted to give you a close-up look at it, talk about it a little bit, and just kind of bring it back to the channel in the spotlight there, because it is one of my favorite guns. If you look at my top 5 video, this one has made one of my top 5. I'm a really big 1911 guy, and if I had to lose them all and I only could keep one, this would be the one. This one right here. I'd have to have something original in its original configuration like this, and the fact that I can still shoot it and it still works, it's brand new production. It's not so old that, you know, it's gotten real sloppy to slide and frame, and the rifling is rotted out. So unlike the war guns, you know, I can shoot this one and play with it and take it to the range and fondle it and just admire it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Bat Jack JW. Appreciate everybody, all the kind comments I get on the channel. So please stay tuned. We got more cool stuff coming to you, and I'm out.